Stuffed figs wrapped in prosciutto is an elegant appetizer that has a perfect blend of sweet, savory, and salty. Elevate your palate with this exquisite fusion of flavors. Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Today, our celebration is all about figs, and we're going to make stuffed figs wrapped in prosciutto. Let's get started. What is a fig? You've probably seen them dried. You've had those cookies, those certain Newton types of cookies, right? But fig is a fruit, and it's wonderful, sweet. I have some here. This is not what you're going to get in the store, though. This is a fresh fig, and that's what we're using today. Now, this recipe starts with 8 figs, and we need to trim them and get them like this. All you have to do, slice off a little stem, and then we're going to cut, not quite all the way through, part way, just across on it. And then we're going to squeeze the bottom and it opens up like a flower. All right, our figs are all ready for stuffing. I'm going to put these aside. What are we stuffing them with? We're going to use blue cheese today. Here's my blue cheese. This is about 4 ounces or 125 grams of softened blue cheese, and I smashed it up with a fork. We're going to stuff this into the figs. About a tablespoon or teaspoon, just like this. Take a fig, and a spoonful of the cheese, right in the center. And really push it in there. There we go. It's okay if a little crumbles out. It'll be fine. I'll do another one. Nice fig. Teaspoon or so of the cheese right in. You want a nice generous amount of cheese in these figs. Okay, I'll do the rest of them. All right, here we are, all stuffed. We're not done yet. Now, we want to wrap these in prosciutto. What's prosciutto? Maybe you've heard of it. This is prosciutto. This is an Italian dry-cured, unsmoked, and uncooked ham. It's always sliced very, very thinly, and sometimes it's called Parma ham if it comes from the Parma region of Italy, and that's considered the best of the best. Now it's time to wrap these up, and we're just going to wrap the bottom. I'll show you how. We're going to peel a piece of ham off with the paper in between each slice, and we'll take the paper off. Now what I like to do in this case is get it nice and flat and fold it over. Then we're going to take a fig, put it in the center, and then we'll just gather this up around the edges. So it's only coming up part way on the fig. What you want is to leave the tips of the fig and the cheese exposed. Put this over here on my little roasting pan. I'll do another for you. Now, prosciutto is very thin, so don't worry if it tears. It's all fine. You just straighten it out a bit. And we'll fold it up. Simple. All right, I'll do the rest. Here we are, all stuffed and wrapped, almost ready for the oven, but not quite. We want to add, believe it or not, some more flavors to this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with some honey. just probably a couple teaspoons. We just want to drizzle some on each little fig, just like this. This is going to echo the fig's natural sweetness. It's going to help it brown a little bit. Next up, I want to add a little herbaceousness, a little green. We're going to get that with thyme. This is fresh thyme that I've just stripped off the stalks. It's just a teaspoon or so. And again, we're just going to sprinkle a little bit on each one. Now you may be thinking, what is this going to do for me? You may not necessarily taste the thyme, but again, it's one of those components that's going to elevate the flavor. It's another layer of flavor, and it's going to add to the balance. Now, a tiny bit of olive oil on each one. Not much. Just a few drops, really. And finally, a small amount of salt and pepper. I know there's the ham, there's the blue cheese, but we have a lot of sweet too, and that's going to need a little extra salt. Really, just that much. And some pepper. These are ready for the oven. I'm going to bake these at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 200 degrees Celsius, for about 5 to 10 minutes or until the cheese is melted and the ham is slightly crisp. So into the oven it goes. Here we are out of the oven. They've been resting and setting up a bit. Look how beautiful they are. Cheese is all melted. The prosciutto's a little crispy. So let's go ahead, dive right in. But before I do, I know some of you are going to say, I don't like blue cheese. How else can I make this? You could do this with goat cheese. You could do it with feta. Feta might not melt as much, but goat cheese will get nice and melty too. You can really change it out to any strong cheese that you do like. So let's dive in. I'll take this one right here. A lot of it leaked out. That may happen, and that's okay. Wow. There's so much going on. The sweetness of the figs, the tang of the blue cheese, the salt from the prosciutto. It all comes together in this wonderful bite. And get a little of that herbaceousness from that fresh thyme, just that little bit. A little in the background like, what is that? I think I need something to wash this down. I'm having a nice Riesling today with these savory appetizers. All right, if you liked this episode and you'd like to get our recipes in your inbox, then sign up for our newsletter. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell, and you'll never miss an episode of Let's Celebrate TV. Now, I suppose I'm going to be a nice person and I will share these with my family. While I do that, I want you to watch some of these episodes over here. So until next time, everyone, cheers.